All right, Shalom. With the brothers from Great Millstone Miami Camp coming back at you with another video with the Spirit. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakorash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Ruwell, and much love and salutation to all the awesome out there that's pushing this truth and sincerity with faith and charity. So we downtown Miami, and you have it that today is so-called Christopher Columbus Day. So we came to the statue downtown Miami. This spot is not too far from where we, push camp at. So we decided to come out here through the Spirit, just cast down this idol and these false imaginations, all through the Spirit. Okay?
Right.
So,
God, man. This is Brother Lawyer from Great Millstone Miami Camp. We out here with the brother Ash and the brother Shamar. Okay, and like the brother started off saying, man, we out here to cast down this imagination of Christopher Columbus, man. All right, they call him, an American hero. All right, he's idolized and, honored in this place. All right, but truly he's a murderer, man. Okay, Christopher Columbus was a murderer. All right, he came over to the so-called Americas. Okay, beginning with the Caribbean. All right, he murdered our people, man. All right, he had them in slavery. Okay, even though our people was treating Esau well, he came over here and did him wrong, man. All right, so he has to pay for that, man, and Esau has to be condemned for that. Okay.
Khan, I just wanted to say, how his name, first and foremost, start off with somebody's name. And his name, Christopher Columbus, was really his real name was Cristobal Colon. But when you look up his name, Cristobal, it means he who holds Christ. And translated to English, Christ offer, Christopher, it means he who's offering Christ. And as you can see, just want to show his picture. I see he got his hands out, He's coming, with that Christianity, man. What happened up?
Yeah,
So, yeah, you want to get that precept where it says how he's transformed, even saving himself out of the angel light. You know what that's at?
Yes.
All right, because I went to a museum about a week ago, and it's something I knew before, but it's common knowledge that the way that these Europeans, the way they came over here in America, it was the number one way that they used to control our people was that Christianity, man, that Catholicism, the worship of that false image, man. This goes back to Serapis Christus. All right. And even when you read this plaque right here, it says Christopher Columbus. He dreamed greatly. He dared courageously. He achieved mightily, guided by the hand of God. He gave us a new world, America. All right, now these people, they came to our people. All right, well, these people, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the French, the British, the Dutch. All right, these are all Edomites, man, biblical Edomites. No matter what nation they're from, they're all so-called white people. They're from the nation of Edom. All right, and they was funded by the so-called Jew. Which this guy, Christopher Columbus, he was a so-called Jew.
Spaniard Jew.
A Spaniard Jew. And he knew the Bible very well, man. He studied the Bible. Okay, they even showed you that in his movie 1492. All right, they showed you in the movie, there was this one scene, he was talking to someone, and the guy was saying, how do you know what's over there to take this route, man? And he said, oh, I have basically 100% proof, and he named different sources, and one source he named was Esdras. And then the guy said, but Esdras is a Jew.
Yep.
And then he said, basically he said, Ezra's new, man. And so what Ezra is he talking about? It's because they tell you in school, they tell you that what Christopher Columbus, he just was, the false narrative is that he just wound it up in America.
Yeah.
That he stumbled across this place.
Yeah, by mistake.
But that's not really what's the truth, man. The truth is he knew exactly where he was going,
Yeah.
exactly where he was headed, all right? And it was to conquer the Israelites, man.
That's right. That's why he named Ezra, because Ezra's talked about the voyage of Israel. Okay, the northern kingdom of Israel over here to the Americas, man.
That's right.
Okay. You want that 2 Corinthians 11?
Con.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 13. It says, "For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light."
Right. Could you read that again, Baba Gusha?
2 Corinthians 11 and 13. "For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works." All right, so that's talking about guys like this, man. Okay, transforming himself to be an angel of the Most High, man. Okay, you had these Edomites come from Europe, bringing that Christianity madness. Okay, trying to deceiving our people into believing that was the right way, man. That was the way of righteousness, man. Okay, that they was the chosen. Okay, that the Edomites was the chosen. All right, that who they call Jesus Christ looked like them. Okay, but that was all a false doctrine, man. That was all false truth, man. Okay, in the same way, the spiritual demon Satan, he himself transformed himself to be an angel of light. His ministers, like this guy, gonna make himself seem like a minister of righteousness, man. And that's why these people worship this guy and honor him till this day, man. Okay, because they actually believe that he was coming here with some righteousness or some goodness, and he discovered America. All right, he was a great explorer. When this guy was a damn demon, man.
You know, he was focused on basically just trying to upset prophecy, man, by him fulfilling prophecy. You know, because these Edomites have a term, a thing called manifest destiny, where they feel justified in what they did to our people. That's why they call our people Indians, man, with the word Indian just mean what? Savage, right?
Yeah.
So they call them savage. They say they're primitive. They don't know how to live. We have to put them in slavery. All right, God is white, and he wants us to take over the world. He wants us to put these people in subjection. You know? And I just got a quick precept to back you up, because these devils is crafty, man. This is how they operate. This is Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." Okay, this is how they operate. They say one thing, but they do another. They came over here, and our people, as a matter of fact, it's one quote this devil said that he said that we can do anything we want with these people, if we paraphrase it. You know, because they're so honest and friendly.
Yeah.
He looked at the natives over here as he looked at it as in the sense of taking candy from a baby, man.
Yeah.
All right. He looked at our people like, all right, these people
Are peaceful.
are peaceful.
And that's what the scriptures call them.
You know,
Slaki.
get it. You know that?
Yeah, second Ezra.
Trying to peace with multitude.
Right.
Yeah. All right. He looked like the brother was going into. He looked at our people like, okay, they're docile, they're peaceful. All right, they're kind. All right, they entreat you well. So okay, that means that, but they must be easily conquered.
And they even have it in the secular history in their writings that what when the Edomites came over here, all right, showing off what the swords and whatnot, that Jake didn't even know how to handle the sword. Jake is grabbing the sword from the blade side,
Right.
man,
Mm-hmm.
showing that what they They wasn't fond of war. They was peaceful people, man.
Right.
They was chill, laid back. You know, them Edomites realized, all right, so man, this shit gonna be easy, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real easy, man.
Right.
All right, and that's what they did, man.
Because Esau's blessing is the sword.
Yep.
Exactly.
But they said that the so-called Native Americans, which are the 10 tribes, you know, or the other 9 tribes, is it 10 tribes, right? Fine. All right, of the nation of Israel. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, all right, the peaceable multitude is who?
Northern Kingdom.
Right, the Northern Kingdom, so-called Latinos, Native Americans, man, people of indigenous descent, so-called. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osei the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. Okay, and that land is talking about North, Central, and South America. Okay, the Western Hemisphere. Esau, so-called white man, wants to tell you that the Native Americans descend from so-called Asian people, that they crossed over in the land on the ice bridge.
Over a big ass ice bridge, man. Come on, man.
That's one of the lies of the so-called white man. Esau Edom, man, the deceiver. That's why he's known as the devil in the Bible.
And when did this happen? During the last ice age, millions of years ago. That's when
Right.
they came over. What the fuck?
That's when they came over, man. But clearly, when you go into the history, you see that the Native Americans, okay, the indigenous people of the Americas and the Caribbean, what were they writing? What was their writing system, man? It was ancient Hebrew, man.
That's why this fucking snake pig ass motherfucker came over here with Hebrew translators, man.
That's right.
All right, why would you come to a land that you obviously stumbled across? How did you know to bring enough Hebrew translators with you, man? How did you even know to bring Hebrew translators
Right.
with you? Why didn't you bring only Spaniard translators just to choose a fucking Spaniard, man?
That's right. And it, well, like he was bringing out, what was his source? His source was Esdras, man. All right, and this is what it's talking. This is his real source. That 2nd Esdras, man. When
That's
it
what
talks
you
about, right? What we just read. When it talks about how the Northern Kingdom, all right, left the eastern world and came to the Western Hemisphere, man. Okay, during the time of Hoshea the king and Salmanassar, king of Assyria, man. They left the Syrian captivity and they came over here to the Americas and they started inhabiting this land, man, whenever mankind had dwelt. Okay? That's how you knew, man, because it was written in the scriptures, man.
All right, this Bible is 100% historically accurate, man. And these scriptures was only written first and foremost for the elect of the nation of Israel, man, to teach this gospel and to believe on it and hope for salvation. But also, when you read the scriptures in 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 19, it says, Then answered I before thee and said, Behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and prove the people which are present, but they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. For thy law is burnt, therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee, or the works that shall begin. But if I have found grace before thee, send the Holy Spirit unto me, and I shall write all that hath been done in the world since the beginning, which were written in thy law, that men may find thy path, and that they which live in the latter days may live.
Right, and that's why these words were written, man. Okay, so that in these times, in these latter days, all right, the Lord's people will read these words in this book and return back to the understanding that they had before, that they lost, man. Okay, because for a time period, the Most High took the knowledge away from his people, man. Okay, for the most part. All right, we were destroyed as a nation, man. That light was hid, man. We were in darkness, man. And these words were written so that in the future time period, all right, which we're living in now, the truth could be revealed, man. Okay, and the Lord's people would read these words and understand, man. Okay.
And, like it says in Romans chapter 14, verse 5, you know, the scriptures written aforetime were written for our learning.
Romans
15. But I'll keep reading. But when you read that, you think, so if Christopher Columbus read 2nd Ezra 13, you think he didn't read 14? You know? You think he didn't know what the Bible was for? He knew it was for the Israelites. And he knew he wasn't an Israelite, man. So this is 2nd Ezra 13, and when you go down to verse 44, 44, 2nd Ezra 14 and 44 says, in 40 days they wrote 204 books. Okay, this is after the Most High basically put the download on Ezra, so to speak. He calls him to drink like a fiery type liquid, and basically he was just speaking the words of the Most High, you know, non-stop, constantly. All right, and he had different scribes writing it down. So in the end, in 40 days, they made 250 books. Verse 45, and it came to pass when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first thou hast written, published openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. See? So the Most High set that up, he let that be open so Christopher Columbus could read it and do what he did, man. Which was the Most High fulfilling prophecy. Showing you how the Most High, you know, works on
both sides.
You know?
Yeah.
So, everybody got pizza?
You got that Romans 15?
Yeah, Romans 15, I have John 10 actually. Yeah, I get Romans 15. This is the book of Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
That show you that the scriptures that was written aforetime, like Ezra's, was written for us now, man. People, us brothers living in the last days.
Get back on this guy real quick, man. This is the book of John, St. John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. All right? The reason I brought that up, man, is because at the end of the day, today is this guy's. The world opposes this guy for a certain in a certain light, all right, to make it seem like this guy came over here and discovered what everybody is now enjoying, okay? But little do everybody know, man, all right? This place was already inhabited, man. We just read it in Ezra's, all right, 2nd Ezra's, how the Native Americans lived, the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Native Americans, man, the so-called Latinos and the so-called Central Americans, all right, those indigenous people, man. We just read in Ezra's how they left the Syrian captivity and came across these waters and came over here and inhabited, man. Okay? So this guy, like we read also, how the Heavenly Father left the book open for what? The ones that are worthy and unworthy to read. This guy, Christophe Colon, whatever this guy's name is, man. All right? Sat there, read that, seen that, oh shit. There's people on this side, man. There's people on this side, probably went through the scriptures and seen that King Solomon had voyages coming over here, man.
Right.
Okay, seen all that, oh shit. The greatest king had gold and he came over here, had maps of the Vikings, confirmed that the Vikings seen this land. Okay, seeing all that, had one thing in his mind, being a fucking Edomite. I want that shit, man.
Yep.
Right.
I want that shit, man. Okay, that's exactly what he came here to do, man. Okay, because he came here before he left, man. When he was before he left, one of the things that he had in mind was whatever land he come across, man. He had it in mind to govern that land, man. He wanted to rule that land, man. being a fucking Edomite, man. And what do you do when you come to a land that's already inhabited so you can rule? You put them in slavery, man. You kill them, you destroy them, you take everything they had, man. And that's exactly what this dude did, man. All right, to show you that what he was really an Edomite, man. He had that vibration on him, man. Okay. Going reading back. This is Book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have hope, might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Okay? And that's exactly why, you know, Water Yahushua came on this earth, man. Okay, came on this earth and gave his life up, man. Alright, so guess what? So we can now follow his path, man, and walk after him, man, and gain that salvation, man. You know? That's it.
You know what I said? This little season.
Yeah, he might be in this little season. That's Revelation of the 20th chapter.
That's basically when he was Christopher Columbus, man.
Yep. Wow.
Because like the plaque says, it says he gave us a new world, America. Which this new world, America, is in the scriptures is known as Babylon the Great. Okay? The daughter of Babylon.
Talking about when he came out of the pit, Bible Spirit.
Right. Read it. Let's start with it.
This is the Book of Revelation, chapter 1. Book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan,
Right. It's talking about Esau Edom, right?
and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season.
So that 1,000 years was basically during times of the Byzantine Empire, right?
The Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages. And after those 1,000 years, during this 1,000 years, the so-called white man Esau Edom was in slavery. Okay, he was pushed off in caves. Some of them were slaves. They was low level, man. All right, you had our people in rulership, so-called Negroes in different kingdoms. Okay, and after those 1,000 years, they came up out of that and they slowly slipped their way back into power.
A lot of how some of that began was with this guy, man. Okay, so-called discovering the new world, man, and conquering these people, man. Okay, the people that were already over here, which was the northern kingdom of Israel.
That's something
Nah, you good. I'm gonna have to wait for you.
You know what I'm saying? This is something else from 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham, or what it says, the parting asunder of the times, it's talking about the end, man. Ezra was talking about when is the end of the world going to come. Seeing as this world is sown with wickedness, so it must be taken out, must be destroyed, and a new world must be made. When is this time going to come?
Right. When is going to be the sign that's going to be able to divide the fashion of this world, okay, and its destruction to the fashion of the next world, okay? And that sign is the Edomites being in rulership, man. All right, when the Edomites are in rulership in the latter days, that's going to be the sign that's going to let the elect of the nation of Israel and the world really to know that the kingdom of heaven is about to be established, man. Okay, that's the parting asunder of the times, man. All right, Esau is being in rulership, and it's going to be his last time to reign upon earth.
Right. And you have some more on that? I believe Revelation. Yeah, there was some more on that. I know it says something like that in Revelation 12 as well. It's cast down on the earth. Nature is cast down on the earth. But yeah, so the main point is the way he came through it was the way he overtook our people was doing that deception, man. That's how these devils wrought. Their powers with their mouth, man.
They speak with a forked tongue, man.
Con.
Their deception. So I want to get a Second Thessalonians.
Did you ever pull out that song? That word that's so good.
Oh, yeah, but I gotta finish that second Ezra.
Con.
It's a lot. It's a lot, Captain.
It's all good.
Ezra's, back in Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, you think Christopher Columbus didn't read that either? So he knew who he was looking to see who the Edomites were, looking to see who the Israelites were. You know, he had to have known. That's why he did what he did.
Con, because he knew he had a short time.
That's
Yeah,
right.
He knew he had a short time, so let me hurry up and do what I gotta do so I can enjoy my reign, man.
That's why his mindset was whatever land I come across, he wanted to govern it, man. He wanted to rule it, man. You know?
It's all the devil.
He acted quick.
Yeah.
He saw the opportunity, acting quick, yeah.
Though the scriptures say in Genesis, and when thou has broken the band, or broken thy
The yoke from
yoke.
off thy neck.
Right. That's basically when he got out of that chain.
Yeah.
When he got up from out the pit.
Yeah. Con.
Let me finish that off and let's get that. Second Ezra 6 and 10. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question Ezra asked thou not. Okay, so that's talking about our people taking down the nation of Esau, Edom. Which, like the brother said, he had but a short time. That's why he had to come over here and do what he do.
Con.
But that should be Genesis. Huh? Yeah, you have something to bring up.
All right, I'll bring out Psalm chapter 73. And I'll start at verse 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So the topic here is the wicked. All right, who are the wicked? The Edomites. Okay. Verse 4, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not troubled as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Okay, so the Edomites, the wicked, David's saying that they live well, man. Okay, there are no bands in their death. All right, they strength stand firm. Okay, they're established as a people. They don't have to deal with the same shit that other men have to deal with, man. Okay, verse 6, it says, therefore pride compasses them about as a chain. Okay, and that's why they're prideful, man, because nothing ever really happens to them like that, man. Violence covers them as a garment, so they can go around and kill and murder, okay? And they wear violence as a garment, man. That's why this guy's being praised, man. Okay? The reason why he's being praised is for his violence, man. He came over here with violence and bloodshed, man. And look at that. He being praised, and they honor him, and they walk around with this guy like a badge of honor, man.
He literally encapsulates the American dream, man. Being a sleazeball to end up on top, man.
Con.
That's what he did. He came around to being a sleazeball, man.
Yeah.
Killing the natives, deceiving the natives, man. The indigenous people, man. Okay, poisoning, sickening them, man. Dropping the diseases on them, man. All right, just so he can end up on top, and that's exactly why you said what you said was on point, man. That they praise them for his violence, man, because these Americans show you for you to be on top, you have to do what? You have to conduct your ways of wickedness, man. You have to move in wickedness, man. So now everybody's like, oh look, this is what Christopher Columbus discovered. You see this? He got all this by doing what? They praising it. Oh look, he did it in a good fashion and pushing that vibration out. And now what? This sickening vibe is all over these people. Now they want to continue moving that way, man.
Because he embodies the spirit of being a damn Edomite, man.
Yep.
Okay, being the devil. Okay.
Just like
Verse 7, it says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than a heart could wish. Okay, so their eyes are always looking for more, man. Okay, and that's the spirit that he came in. Christopher Columbus, man. Cristobal Colon, man. He came over here to the Americas, to the Caribbean. He saw, hey, man, this is beautiful, man. Look at all these riches I can have, man. Okay?
you seen the indigenous, you seen Jake decked out in gold, man.
Yeah.
You know that shit inflamed this Edomite, man. Where the fuck they getting all this gold from, man? I want this shit.
Huh.
Come on, man.
Covetous, man.
Right.
Verse 8, they are corrupt. They speak wickedly. Concerning oppression, they speak loftily, man. Christopher Columbus Day, man. Happy Christopher Columbus Day. All right, that's speaking wickedly concerning oppression, man. This guy was a fucking murderer, man. What are you doing? What are you doing honoring this guy, man? Okay? All he did was come over here and steal, kill, and destroy, man.
That's right.
Okay? And they honor this guy. They raise him up. Verse 9, they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongues walk through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and the waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. Okay, so they're extremely prosperous. They blessed. They get to have everything they freaking want, man. Okay, they can just go around and murder and kill, and they seemingly get away with it. And that's this guy right here, man. Him and all his contemporaries and cohorts, man. Okay, which proves that they're the Edomites, the wicked, man. Okay, because that's what that chapter talking about. It's talking about the prosperity of the wicked, man. And who's the border of wickedness? The Edomites, man. All right, Malachi chapter 1, verse 1 through 5.
That's what the scriptures say.
That's what the scriptures say. That's it on that. That's it.
I got something to back you up because you mentioned covetous. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. All right, so that's Esau, man. He's covetous. He had the birthright, and he fucking sold his birthright for a bowl of uncooked food, man.
Because he wanted it says he cast his bowels, man. He wanted that, and that's what he wanted. He didn't want to suffer, he didn't want to wait. Give it to me. Who cares about this birthright?
He was covetous.
Very covetous, man. Basically saying, what I have is not enough. I want more.
Right.
Okay?
He just had to have Jacob food.
Yeah.
You know? And now that in verse 10, I might as well read it. The physician cutteth off the own disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. So that's the so-called white man. He's a disease, man. That's getting ready to be cut off. He's the king of the world, you know, that's getting ready to die.
Exactly.
And it was prophesied. I gotta get this is Genesis chapter 27. Yeah, this is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 32. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. All right, this is when that blessing was getting ready to be fulfilled between Esau and Jacob. And Esau,
The blessing was going to be passed on from Isaac to his sons. Okay, and Most High put it on Jacob, their mother's spirit, to have Jacob supplant Isaac into giving Jacob the blessing, man.
It's all set up because Esau already had it in his mind that he despised it. He tossed it away, man. He got the spirit.
While he lived, he cast away his vows.
Yeah.
You know? Reading on, verse 33, and Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yeah, and he shall be blessed. Okay, so basically, Isaac is telling Esau, well then, who just came? I gave him your birthright.
I gave him the blessing.
And he shall be blessed.
Yeah, he shall be blessed. And I can't do nothing about it now.
And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. So Esau was very sad, man. He was heartbroken. You know, he was crying like a little girl, man.
He saw it carefully with tears. Look, Father, please give me a blessing too. After he done already sold his birthright, man.
Say it ain't so, Daddy.
Say it ain't so. You already sold your birthright, and now you seeking the blessing with tears, and you can't get it. It was all set up through the spirit, man, because you're a covetous devil, man. Okay?
God. And verse 35, he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy birthright. And he said, Is it not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou reserved a blessing for me? Okay, so he's asking his father, Esau is asking Isaac for another blessing, which he's about to give to him. Verse 37, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Right. Verse 39, Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. Meaning all the good lands, you know, which the Western Hemisphere, North, Central, and South America, that's pleasant lands. Okay? And of the dew of heaven from above. And this is the key. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. So that's why when Christopher Columbus came over here with those swords, with those iron, with those cannons, man, and our people, they didn't have no way of defending themselves against that, because they were a peaceful people.
Right. And Esau's blessing was the sword. Okay, so that's how he was able to get everything, man. Okay, that's how he was able to solidify these lands and resources and people, man. All right, by bloodshed, man. Okay, he pursued Jacob with the sword.
Right. So Esau, they know what their blessing is. That's why they brag about their guns, their technology. They say, oh, we were way more technologically advanced than those people. That's part of our destiny. It was meant to be us taking these people down.
They're basically saying this is our blessing.
Right.
This is what our forefather was blessed with.
And it was.
The sword to kill everybody. And it was. Like that's it, man.
Yeah.
And it says, reading on, and it shall come to pass, well, I'll read it again. Verse 40, Genesis 27 and 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Right, when thou shalt have the dominion, man. Okay, and that happened in the history of the kings. All right, but that also happened when Esau came out of them caves during after the Dark Ages, man. All right, after he done was able to be loose from the little season, now he's able to go and take over the world, man. Read that precept again. That's a good precept.
Second Ezra chapter 27 and 40. Salakia, Genesis 27 and 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Right, when thou shalt have the dominion. And so when it's your time to rule again, you're gonna be able to break that yoke from off your neck. Okay, you're gonna be able to overcome being a slave to your brother, man. All right, which that was going on during the Dark Ages. You had Jacob ruling over Esau over there in Europe. Okay, but now it's time for Esau to rule, so he was able to be loose for a little season. All right, now he's on top. Okay.
All right. All right, and
yeah, I got a precept. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against the Mount Seir and prophesy against it." Okay, which is what we're doing now. We're prophesying against Mount Seir. We're prophesying against the Edomites. Okay, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. And that's coming, all right, in these latter days, man. The Most High is going to send Yahushua back to crush you, Edomites, and all your dwelling places, man. Okay, verse 5, it says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time when their iniquity had an end." Okay, so Esau had that perpetual hatred, man. Okay, and he has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, man. Okay, and he did that, man. He came over here with the sword, and he slaughtered, okay, a whole bunch of northern kingdom, man. Okay, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee, man. Okay, so everywhere you went, you brought bloodshed, you brought war, okay, you brought slaughter. The Most High's preparing thee unto blood, man. Okay, that's why nobody can stand you anymore. Everybody wants your neck, man. Okay, because now is your time to get judged.
That's right. That's right. And like we read in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, it says that Jacob is going to take down Esau, man. He's gonna pull him down. And how he's pulling him down, man? The Most High is pulling him down through this war, man, that we having right now, man. This spiritual war. Okay, Esau versus Jacob. Okay, Jacob, representing the elect of Jacob, because 2/3 is going to die on this side. Okay, but the elect is going to make it out, and how the elect is going to make it out? Through this word, through this gospel, preaching, enduring to the end, believing, pushing out that vibration, man. That's taking this devil down. This is 2nd Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. But though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and everything that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Every high thing.
And against every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringeth into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Okay? And this is a high thing, man, that speak against Hamashiach. They call himself Christopher Cologne. But what type of Christ is he offering, man? He's offering that Antichrist, anti-Messiah, the anointed of Satan, man.
Y'all sit on that?
Yeah, that's
This is Psalm 50, and I'll start at verse 16. It says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, and that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing that thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee?" All right, so the Most High said to the wicked, "What you got to do with these scriptures, man? All right, going around the world perpetrating yourself anointed as the Most High's chosen people, as Christians, as a righteous people, man. All right, when you're the freaking devil, man. All right, you hate instruction. You cast the words of the Lord behind you. All right, the scriptures say that he that sheddeth blood in the land, okay, by his blood shall the land be shed. Okay, he that stealeth a man, if he be found in his hand, he shall be put to death. Okay, all these scriptures you breaking, and then you gonna call yourself a Christian. You gonna call yourself bearing Christ, man, offering to Christ, man. Okay. Verse 18: When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit, man. And that's what Esau does all the time, man. He gives his mouth to evil. He speaks blasphemy. He speaks against the Heavenly Father, and he frames deceit, man. Okay, verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son, man. Okay, and that's what Esau, that's what he does, man. He's the accuser of the Lord's people, man. All right. Verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Okay, so Esau came over here and he called the Lord's people savages. We gotta civilize them. That's slanderous, man. Okay, you frame deceit and lies and mischief against your own mother's son, man. All right, which was Jacob, man, your twin brother, man. Okay,
freaking brother.
Exactly, man. All right, so by calling them savages and uncivilized and they're dirty and they're low, they're primitive. Okay, that was a slander, and that he used that as justification to come over here with full force and slaughter the Lord, put them in captivity, steal from them, all right, and do all kind of manner of abominations. The list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on with Esau, man. Okay. Yeah. And it says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes, man. All right, so the scriptures say that you thought that the Lord was altogether one as himself, man, and you can see it by this black, man. It says, he dreamed greatly, he dared courageously, he achieved mightily, guided by the hand of the Most High. Okay, he gave us a new world, America, man. Okay, so they really think that the Most High was on their side, man, which really ultimately was set up by the Heavenly Father for them to do that. But Esau really thinks that the Most High is going to be perpetually with him. Okay, the Most High is really dealing with him as the anointed, okay, because our people went off, man. Okay, but the Lord said that he was going to reprove Esau, which is happening right now in these latter times. Okay, 2 Thessalonians, okay, chapter 2, I'm going to destroy him with the spirit of consume him with the spirit of the Lord's mouth, and destroy him with the brightness of the Lord's coming, man. Esau is being exposed, man. Okay, and the Lord's people, the elect of them, are being set in order before his eyes, man. They're being raised up and lifted up and awakened in these latter days, man. All right, calling Esau out for his bullshit, man, and praying to the Lord for salvation. That's it on that.
It's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Christ HaMashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right? The son of perdition is talking about Esau, Edom.
That's right.
He's that wicked that has to be revealed. And that falling away is us talking about our people going into captivity, going into slavery, losing our heritage, falling away from our ways of old, falling away from keeping the law, statutes, commandments, you know, to the best of our ability. And, you know, the faith.
The knowledge, the wisdom, understanding, man. That falling away came first. All right, and after that falling away, this son of perdition, the man of sin, he's being revealed in these latter times, man.
All right.
Okay, and that he's that wicked, man. That wicked that shall be revealed, man. The Edomites, man. That's why the scriptures say, how are the hidden things, the secret things of Esau searched out, man? All right, how are they sought up? Okay, because these are the times where Esau is being revealed, man, to be that wicked, man, to be Esau first and foremost, man, because the world don't even know that this guy is the Edomite, man. Okay, they don't even know that he's Esau. They think that this is the so-called white man. They're the chosen people. They're the blessed people. Okay, the Most High is dealing with them. All right, but now they're being revealed to be that hated nation, man, the Edomites. Okay, that wicked.
And just like we read in 2nd Ezra chapter 14, it talks about how these scriptures was written, you know, so that they and they live in the latter times may live. Because how we gonna be able to live if we don't know who our enemy is? If we don't know who the wicked is? And the Most High left certain scriptures. He left this word for us so that we can know who our enemy is in these last days, and we can fight against him, man, using this word. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
And that's what Esau has done, man. He's printed himself to be this righteous man, to be the Most High, to be the people of the Most High, to be the angels, okay, to be the anointed. Go ahead.
And to have the true people of the Most High in slavery, and totally defeated in his mind.
Right.
I keep reading verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now ye might know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, and that's what withholdeth, man. All right, the falling away had to happen first. All right, and then after the falling away, the wicked was going to be revealed. It was going to be doing wickedness and folly, all right, and evil, up until the point where he be taken out of the way. Okay, and in that time when he's going to be taken out of his way, the Lord was going to consume him with the spirit of his mouth and destroy him with the brightness of his coming, man. Most High is going to raise up the prophets, all right, to curse this devil out, all right, and when Yahushua comes back with them chariots, okay, Esau is going to be destroyed by them chariots, man, and the missiles, man. Okay, and that's the times that we're in, that we're approaching right now, man. The return of Yahushua and the destruction of the wicked.
Even him whose coming is after the works of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right, so these devils, they got power from Satan, man. Christopher Columbus had power from Satan.
The scriptures call him Satan, man. After 1,000 years, he shall be loose. Satan shall be loose a little season. All right, so the scriptures call him Satan, man. He's the devil, man.
Right.
Okay.
But we know it's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, because it says even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan.
Con. All right, so the Edomites, their coming is after the working of Satan, man. The spiritual demon Satan actually has a physical nation counterpart upon the planet, man. All right, who do his will, man, who do his bidding, man. And this nigga Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon, all right, he's part of that nation, man, the nation of Edom.
Right. And this is Satan's kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of the top men in Satan's kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Or he came over here, he set the thing off, man. He set those prophecies going, you know, Deuteronomy 28, you know, the curses. He was setting those things off, man. The scriptures tell you, Deuteronomy 28, our people was going to worship, you know, stone, wood and stone.
And he came over with them idols, man.
Mm-hmm.
And our people, him and all his other contemporaries had our people worshiping those false idols, man, of wood and stone. Forced them into doing so, man.
Right. So because it says with all power and signs and lying wonders. So this devil, so-called white man, Esau Edom, he had a lot of power with this deception, man. That's how he got our people to believe in him. All right, to be peaceable unto him. All right, and to fall for his image, to bow down to his system. Okay, even to the point where you have now, where our people, 2018, they still underneath the power and control of this devil.
Yep, they still worshiping Jesus. They're still worshiping Mary. Okay, they're still doing they still believe in white supremacy, basically. Okay.
Which their belief in white supremacy it's ultimately is going to lead them to taking that RFID microchip.
And getting destroyed.
All right, which is the mark of the beast. And verse 10, 2 Thessalonians 2:10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And that's talking about 2/3 of our people who fall for this devil, man. That's why the Most High allowed our people to get slaughtered by this devil.
Because they believe in him.
Right.
They believe in his so-called, all right, white supremacy, man. The self-proclaimed white man, all right, pushing white supremacy, all right, Edomite supremacy. They believe in that, man. They believe in all the constructs of Edomite supremacy, and that's why they can't come to the knowledge of the truth, man. The Most High got them, sent them strong delusion, man. Okay, and now they're lauded for destruction. Okay.
That's why you got our people celebrating Thanksgiving.
That's why you got our people celebrating Columbus Day. All right. That's why you had that Jake that came up here earlier talking about he loved this place, man. He loved Miami, man.
Right.
Okay.
Your people was getting slaughtered here, man. You was getting slaughtered here. You still getting slaughtered here.
He came up here and asked us about this statue. What this statue's about? We told him it's about Christopher Columbus, and he was a murderer, man. Okay. And they have this statue here in Miami, which was sent from from Italy to commemorate this asshole, man. All right, but he talking about he loved Miami, man. He loves this place, man. That's why they're gonna get destroyed, man.
That's right. That's right. That's good enough. That's good enough. Yeah. So with that, I think we should. We're gonna, Lord willing, we come back at you with part 2 and go more into the historical accounts of what this devil actually did. You know, we're going to keep the spirit going because this is the times that we live in this so-called white man being exposed. Okay, his kingdom going down, that new world that they got from the power of Satan. When they came over here, they made that pact with the devil. Okay, Christopher Columbus knew exactly what he was doing, man. He was trying to fulfill prophecy on the left hand, man. And also try to stop the prophecies. Thinking he's God, man. And he's being taken down through the spirit. So, Lord willing, we hope this video is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. You got anything else you can say? All right, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem.
Double honors to our apostles and elders. It's a great millstone we run. And much love and citation to all our Akim out there pushing this truth with sincerity, with faith and charity. Shalom.